Hey, I'm Chip Foose. We're here at Foose Design, and today I want to talk about the 75 to 79 AMC Pacer. You may be wondering why I want to talk about the AMC Pacer. So am I. I don't know, but when this car first came out, people thought it was futuristic. They thought it was really wild, and it soon just kind of died out. And that's because I think at that time, it was a real trendy design and a lot of glass on it. My dad used to say, you can't pick your nose in this car because everybody's going to see you. So my idea is I want to get rid of some of the glass, not necessarily by chopping it, but what if it was a panel truck? You know, I've heard this car described as an egg because it's just this really kind of oval shape with a lot of glass, some sharp lines, a lot of tumble home, and I think it's kind of cool in those areas. It's got some odd proportions to it, but I think by making it a panel truck, when I look at it, I want to see more body on it because the body is just this really low and it looks like less body than there was glass above. I don't think you could roll that glass all the way down in that door. We could chop it and get rid of some of that so you can roll the door all the way down. Then you can hang your arm out the door. I don't think I would necessarily want to bring the Pacer back, but it would be kind of fun to modify one. I know that Wayne's World did one, and that one sold at Barrett-Jackson for $37,000. You're going to spend more than that if you bring your car here. So let's have some fun here. When this car was designed, it was designed by Richard T. What he was going for was to maximize the interior and minimize the footprint. Now, Richard's known for some really cool designs. He did the Jeep XJ, he did the AMX, he also did the Dodge Neon, he did the Jeep Grand Cherokee, did a lot of really cool cars. So I'm sure that when this car was done, he was very proud of it. And I know that the press thought it was really futuristic. They thought it was a really cool car. This was near the end of AMC's lifespan, and this was not the car that saved them. As you can see, what I've done here is I got rid of that back window just to give more body because this car seemed to be all glass. There was more glass than body, it looked like, when you looked at the proportions of it. I wanted to put some more body in it, so I thought how cool it would be to make it into an actual panel truck. I cleaned up the rear taillight, added some changes to the panel, dropped the license plate, and I used Camaro front and rear bumper from like a 67 to 68. Make that a chrome piece that bolts onto the body. I brought the exhaust out through the rear body panel, and not a lot of other changes. Leave the doors all stock, the glass is all stock, other than the biggest change is that quarter panel. Drop the car down in the weeds, put some big wheels, tub the rear, and have some fun with some tires, and just make it a sports car. Well, I've got the line drawing done. Another thing I want to add is the width of this car. This car was really wide. It has a really strong footprint when it's sitting on the ground. I've got to add where the headliner would end, and then I'm going to start adding some color. Well, there you go. I just delivered your Pacer. Well, as you can see, the largest change I made was getting rid of that back quarter window and making this into a delivery. Other than that, I just cleaned up the rear end, made the taillights go across, smoked the lenses, and the addition of a 67 to 68 Camaro bumper refit to this car, I think really cleans it up and makes that much smaller, and it's just kind of a cool detail. The bigger wheels, the stance, and just some subtle little changes, maybe a little bit of an air dam underneath the front fascia there. The original door handle was a rectangle with a kind of a square in front of it, and you reached in and you grabbed and pulled it to open the door. I'm using a longer chrome door handle, maybe from a 70s Camaro, that you pull that up, open the door. It's just a lot cleaner and goes with the design of the car, I think. The taillight I thought would be really cool if you went with these bumpers to pull the license plate down underneath the bumper and then extend that taillight all the way across. I think it'd be really clean, elegant. I don't have any emblems on. You might want to choose to put one. If you did a Hellcat drivetrain, it'd be really cool with that cat on the back of the deck lid. What I did with the exhaust is where the roll pan rolls underneath, I would cut up into that and then bring the exhaust through it. It would look a lot better if that roll pan dropped down. It's got a nice angle to it, but rather than having the exhaust hang real low, tuck it up into the body. You know, when I started this sketch, I didn't know what to think or what it was going to be, but after having done the sketch, I'm pretty proud of this. In fact, I wouldn't mind driving this car at all. You know, the reputation of the Pacer is something that a lot of us kind of just laughed at, including that's why they used this car in Wayne's World, is it was kind of a joke. But by getting rid of that rear window, this is a pretty serious little delivery. And, you know, sometimes you have to do a sketch to discover that there's something cool in there. And I think this car has some serious potential.